Hi, I'm Lynn Schnebley with Educating with Wisdom. Today I am also the ambassador for Heavens, creating and protecting goddesses and archangels over life. Heavens. We work with Jesus, we work with God the Father, Mother, we work with St. Paul. The archangels were about bringing heaven to earth, not what is dead to earth, the other way around, which is what a lot of the other worshipers are doing. All right. So I've already done this a few times, but I forgot to show you what happened with Alan. And I also have that online. So I've been stalked by the LBGT community, and I'm going to say most specifically by transgender men and homosexual men. And what I'm saying is that I believe that the New Zealand shooter was related to the Cesar Sayoc, and I believe they're all part of a cell system that Barack Obama and group have been using to terrorize people and for terrorizing the world. They certainly have been terrorizing my life since 2011 when I gave them the pattern for earthquakes and asked that please, please help me to bring New Zealand up to Canada because I have dual citizenship, because I knew that New Zealand was in a lot of trouble. Even though they had denied me arrears payment with my former husband who was there, which is why I was there. He got all this information about feminism, women being Adam as well as the work I had done for the Union of North America and how I was trying to put that together. Barack Obama and group, and they're also an African and an LBGT group, are not interested in just the Union of North America. They want everything. And so they got themselves into Meghan Markle and all of that. But let's just go in and take a look at the Cesar, because you will see that he is a setup. His recent coming out this morning saying that, oh, he wasn't right in his head. Well, I'm just going to open this up and take a look at it. We're going to see how they're the same. And I had already showed this Alan, who was part of my transgender homosexual stalkers that was part of this group, who befriended me and then took things off my phone. And when, as soon as Trump was exonerated, so to speak, he, all of a sudden, around that time, he started telling me that he needed a tranny. It was very interesting. He was very interesting. So let's just move ourselves over here. And you're going to see, I put him online already. Let's see if I can switch that out. Okay. Alan, sleep, my child. This came off of my phone. It was one of the things that was left. I'm telling him about how things hit on the 14th. And I'm talking about the planes going down, the correlations, how it's pointing a finger at Barack Obama. I already have this online. Somebody does not send this to you. Sleep, my child. This is very odd. And he was the one who said to me last year, when I said, how do they know what I'm doing and what I'm thinking? And he said, oh, I just happen to have this thing that's on archangels. And earlier he had said to me, wouldn't it be interesting if you could read people's minds, if it was possible? And I said, no, it isn't. It's not okay. Now, I already know that since 2013, Barack Obama has been able to use Wi-Fi, and by looking at the displacement of Wi-Fi, or not just Barack Obama, anyone, they can tell the most minute movement that's occurring within a room. Now, what else are they doing? It was reported, pardon me, in the Atlantic. Okay, now what else are they doing? So I'm just going to come out of this for a moment. Go in here. This is part of the same group. They both look like they belong to the YMCA group. If we look at this, we're not going to see it. Let's see if I can get it here. There he is. This is completely photoshopped. I'm going to go into the article here. You can tell where this is, where he's sitting in here, where they are in here. So when they said that he showed up to these rallies, photoshopped. Let's put you on pause. Well, wait a minute. Let's go back here. They're not really sure where he's from just because he says he's someplace and just because he has papers. I mean, we're talking about ace forgers here. The person who reported on one of these things, she was part of this Kenya group. She is originally from Kenya. And I've already discussed how the planes went down. I will do this again at the end. What happened is 2016, I had been trying to get help from the Democrats. I'd already gone to the Germans. They already knew I had a problem. And in 2016, I went in to see what Phantom was like and saw that we have this case here, Guadalupe, North America, the Spanish, we are the ones that are supposed to do something about this. So I reached out to the Republicans and I went in with my documents that dealt with wars that my work had been used. Everything happened under the Good Samaritan Act. I didn't take anything that wasn't mine. The Germans were aware of this as well as Barack Obama. And I demonstrated to the National Republican on October the 27th, 2016, how there was a setup, how Hillary Clinton was being set up to be impeached, how my records needed to have landed on her server, how they were removed, how it was Barack Obama and the British that were instrumental in this. And then I went in and said, look, I'm a feminist and I do work in this area and this area and this area. But and I'm crying because I have to support Mr. Trump because I can't vote somebody in that I know is going to be impeached because they have set her up to be impeached. And if you think of all of 2016, he's setting up Meghan Markle, which has Obama's birthday. The Obamas look great. They make Hillary Clinton look terrible. The Obamas are saying, we go up, they go down. They go down, we go up. Nothing could be further from the truth. It was a celebrating Africa and celebrating LGBT love fest. But Hillary Clinton, they were not celebrating. They're hypocrites, awful hypocrites. So that was the 27th of October. Come forward 2 years. And they know that I have now contacted the Russians. I've gone to the Guadalupean consulate, letting them know what's happened. I've gone to the Mexican consulate. When I went to go back, they jammed my ability to get email through so that I could set up an appointment, and they jammed my ability with my phones. So what happened is I can't set up an appointment to go back in, but I have the documents that tell you when I went in and how I tried to go back in. So I have all of this there. A few days before, as he's doing this, I go in and I now see the Republican, Mr. Caruso, and I said, this is a setup. This isn't real. This is retaliation for what was going on. This is what he's doing. And I am talking about online about offering the tree of life out of Ephesus. They knew that this was going to happen. So what do? They hit the tree of life on the 27th of October. Well, it was the 27th of October when I went into the Republicans in 2016, and that's when Comey came out and said she's still under investigation. That's what really nailed it for Mr. Trump. And then when I found out that the red dragon is Elon Musk, and the red dragon is in Nostradamus and also in the Bible, and I found their coat of arms coming under Prince Charles, everything began to click. And I found that out by early December, that's right, that's when I found that out, and how it's all related to Prince Charles, as well as the Russians are the white prince. They have St. George. And so anyway, there's a lot there that's already been up there, but this is all photoshopped. This is horrible. So let's go in and take a look at this. Hold on, put you on pause for a moment. So let's go in and take a look at this again. Here he is here. Here he is here. Let's see if there's anything else here that I need to show. I don't think so. I think I showed that. So let's go back here. And there's a lot of photoshopping that the Obamas do. That isn't real. Mrs. Obama's dance thing isn't real. But let's come in, USA Today test prep. We're going into here, his newfound drug. Really. So no, he wasn't showing up for all these rallies just because, and we're going to take another look. Oh no, we don't want to see this. There he is. Okay, here's this picture. Well, here it is. But he's not really at the rally. When you look at it, these are photoshopped people. This is a Photoshop. These are all in different positions. This is blurry in the back. This is here. He's not really there. Who's taking a picture of him and sending it forward? None of this is real. By the way, I said that it was a setup that Barack Obama was over that went in and killed at Orlando. And when I said that, within hours, the plane, this 737 plane that was being taxied, the 8 had to be brought down. When I actually said after I said to God, because we need backup here, when I said to God after the Tree of Life, I said, Lord, they need to be out. You need to hit them. You need to hit them hard, and we need to see who they are. And it was right after that the Indonesian lion went down. It went down. It was going down on the Sunday. I said it on Saturday and Sunday. It was going down on the Sunday, and then it was down permanently on Monday. It just dropped. It dropped the way I had in church a few weeks before then. I had to go to the hospital. This just gave out. And when I said to Alan, and I have it on my text messages that are up there, which he didn't have a chance to remove yet, I had just told him the night before how I had said it had to go down. And that's when from Ethiopia to Kenya went down. Well, this is a Barack Obama problem. And then when I said, and you can see it on my phone because I have it online with the text messages, I will show you in a moment. When I said then that he was related to the terrorism that hit not just in Manchester, not just the towers in England 2 years in a row, 2017, 2018, June the 14th, which is Trump's birthday. It said fire Trump. They set fires to all these towers. And the first tower was Ethiopian where it happened. No, this is all Barack Obama and his terrorist groups. So there's this here, okay? And I'm saying, let's come in and take a peek. I want to see what's in here. I want to see what I wrote. He will plead insane, cast aspersion on all Trump supporters, not show the Obama LGBT terrorist link. It's photoshopped like M. Obama's girl's dancing picture. Yeah, that's photoshopped too. I'll show you that in a moment. So this is all real. It's all Barack Obama. Okay, I'm just going to show you where this is photoshopped. He doesn't fit in well here, but when you look around this, you look around his shirt right here. See, his arm is coming in here. His arm doesn't fill out that shirt. The shirt doesn't end here. This is a Photoshop that happened in here. The face blends in. The shirt doesn't fit out here. It's a Photoshop. That's what it is. It's all Photoshopped. Yeah, it's a Photoshop. Let's do it again. Oh yeah, definitely Photoshopped. That looks better, but the other close-up doesn't look better at all, but he's not in there right. He's not in there right at all. So how is it we have all these, oh, look at what happened to her nose in his arm. Oh boy, that's scary. Yikes. Wow, that's a good one. You gotta like that look. That is a really good look, isn't that, folks? Wow, that's a good look. Very good look. Let's see if we can make that bigger. I mean, where is this in here? All right, so we have this one, and let's see if we can just go through here and do more. Here he is. I mean, none of this is right, okay? Let's take a look. This is not right. But let's go to where, I like the one with the lady. Oh, that one. That was the one with the lady. That's really a good one. Yeah. Really. Okay, let's put you on pause. Now, I'm not saying that his color isn't the same as their color, but the color that his picture was shot in, the lighting is different than the lighting that's in this shot. And look at, there's this white stuff on his face here. This is another cut in Photoshop. It's just a cut in Photoshop. And it is a very different lighting. And that's not good what they have going on here. I think that this is correct. I don't know if the two of them are photoshopped, but I think that he is with that person there. Though where his arm went to, I don't know. Okay. This person in here is also photoshopped, and he's also photoshopped in here. So this person is photoshopped, and this is photoshopped. This might actually be part of a rally, but these are all photoshopped people. What happened to the other lady that had her nose in his armpit? That's interesting. And they're all taking pictures of him. Interesting how everybody has a picture of him. Boy. But they're photoshopped. Really, folks, I think he looks gay. An older gay man. But, you know, I can be wrong about this, but he's lying about what he's doing. He's just lying. Okay, so the question is why? All right, so let's go in and take a look at the other person. I'm really wondering what this one looks like. Oh, this may have happened. You know, the lighting looks right here. Well, that happened 9/12/18. Wait a minute. It wouldn't be that cold on 9/12/18. Let's take a look at that again. Cesar Hard Rock, 9/12/18. It's not that cold in Washington on 9/12. It's still summertime. Well, what's that one about? Uh-oh, that's not right. That really isn't right. Go Trump. Okay, so what's this picture about? I need to be done here soon. On the 26th. On the next day, of course, is when they're killed. The tree of life. Well, where is the sound?
Live from the Trump event, the next president of the United States is Donald J. Trump. Live from the Trump event, the next president of the United States is Donald J. Trump. Live from the Trump event, the next president of the United States is Donald J. Trump.
Live from we don't know that because we don't know any of that. So anyway, I showed you the other. This doesn't make any sense. At the second rally in Melbourne. Oh, his inauguration. Okay, that makes sense. No, sorry. That makes sense. His inauguration. I think you really need to look at, here, I'll show you what I mean. Here we go. The others were photoshopped. Let me put you on pause. Here, let me show you. And then we'll go in and see the Meghan Markle. This is photoshopped. The little girl is a cut-in. You can see from the hair that what's in the back side. The hip is rotated differently. The arms are definitely all. This is very, very different. This arm looks like it's not even related to her body. This is a very different shading. But the hip is rotated extremely differently. Her hair looks like there's movement going on. This little girl that's in the background is a cut-in, like there's no movement at all going on. This is photoshopped. She didn't do any of this. There we go. I taught dance. They picked apart parts of my life and gave it to Meghan Markle and her. So this is not a real thing. Let's go into the Meghan Markle. Here we go. This is photoshopped. The arms are growing out of each other. This is another incidence of photoshopping. It's not real. Oh, I found out what this is. That's what they use for napkins. Here we go. Let's just take a look. This is what men use when they're covering up their penises. Yeah. Anyway, the Photoshop isn't here. That's a Photoshop. Here we go. You're going to see pictures of her where she forgot to put her boobs on. I already have this online. Okay. Oh, just, this is what they're all doing. She has a Photoshop. She's got a nose prosthetic on. You can see other pictures where you can actually see the bubbling from the makeup that goes on in the back. Very interesting. I don't know who did her. Let's put this on pause. Here's more photoshopping just to show you what this group is doing. The boobs aren't there yet. The proportion here with the tummy is completely off. That's not her look. And it was explained that somebody else can actually do this. This is somebody else's body that they put her head on, which is very interesting. We don't know what's going on because here's this other picture over here. Very different picture. These are all Photoshops. These are different. Who is this? So we get it all over the place. Who is that? So we have photoshopping and different people sitting in all the time. We don't know what's going on. Who's that? They're doing all kinds of things with us. And here's this thing that men wear. This is not good. This is not a napkin. and they use it to cover themselves up, which is what she did before. Oh, all right. Let's put this on. I don't know what this is about. Let's put it on pause. Folks, the the New Zealand shooter, which by the way, I tried to help New Zealand to make it over to Canada. I mean, why, if he dislikes Islamic people, why would he be going to all the, especially Pakistan? I mean, why is he going there? None of it made any sense. Why would he go from Australia to New Zealand? That doesn't make any sense. The fact that he says he likes communist China. Communist China doesn't exist anymore. It's a mixed economy. There are all these things that he comes out with. And I said, you know what? He didn't work alone. He was a setup. And I told this to Alan, and I have it on here. I said, oh, he's set up. And then, of course, a week later, somebody from Turkey, where he had visited, goes in and shoots somebody else someplace else. I mean, it's constantly set up. And this was another bodybuilder, by the way. Crazy, just absolutely crazy. With murder connections, with terrorist shootings at 2 New Zealand mosques. How did he get in with 2? Frequent traveler who spent time in Pakistan, Turkey. What? Excuse me? What? An 87-page manifesto? No, didn't happen. This did not happen. He was not alone. He was set up. He's not part of the white supremacists. And that brings us to who's actually torching those African churches in the United States. Who's really torching the African American churches? Really? Holy smokes. Let's put you on pause. Okay. March the 10th. I don't know if you can see it. I think you can. This is the person who actually hacked into my phone and removed everything. He removed everything beforehand. He's the one that said, sleep, my child. March the 10th, we had seen each other on the 9th. We had dinner. And that's when, here we go. Let's see if I can. You know, it's hard to do it this way. I have this online already. I'm going to show you where I have things that are there. All right, here we go. I'll read it to you. I just read about, so on the 9th is when I told him that I had told him about it going down after the Tree of Life last year. And it went down pointing a finger at Barack Obama. I didn't know Barack Obama was Indonesian and Kenyan. It just didn't dawn on me that his mother had given up his citizenship. Here we go. I just read about the Ethiopian plane that went down heading to Kenya, the same type of plane as the Lion of Indonesia. I told you, Alan, Lion of Judah movement, Black liberation theology. He was behind those June 14th, 2017, 2018 fires of England, Scotland, that Rachel M. Markle capitalized on. He also did the Manchester and the Orlando gay club massacres. No, it's time for me to come out, as I've already prepared a few embassies. All right? And then shortly after that, here we go. March the 14th. Let's turn this off. Well, I don't know how we're going to do this. I have it online. I'll show you where it is. Hi, Ellen. Did you see the option to the wall that was put up on the internet March 15th through March 5 through 6? It was a renewable energy producing educational industrial water desalination zone for both countries, a venture the U.S. would put together with Mexico. They used some of my recommendations. I sent to the Canadians in 2003. I went online last month. It went online last month. Let's see if I can help in this. We are not subsidizing Africa or the Obama Commonwealth. I forgot to say something the other day when I reported the crashed Ethiopian plane. The night before, I had just explained to you what had happened before the Indonesian plane went down. I had linked the pipe bombs and the massacre of the Tree of Life to Obama and group, which includes the Ethiopian crown prince living in the U.S., the Lion of Judah movement, etc., the June 14th, 2017-18 Tower of Fire of England, Fire Trump, and I told you that right after the Tree of Life massacre, which was the process I was offering, I told God, heaven, that Obama and group must be hit hard, and identified. The Indonesian lion went down. This exposed Obama's actual citizenship at the time of his presidential race, Indonesian and Kenyan. After I told you this story, showing you the online, I exclaimed that I told heaven that they needed to hit Obama and group behind the terrorism and hit them hard and expose them. This was March the 9th of this year. 7 hours later, the Ethiopian plane heading to Kenya went down. Boeing is out of Chicago, which is Obama land. Now I'm praying to God that Meghan Markle's team is exposed, her fillers and makeup, false baby bumps are exposed publicly, and visible shifting, meltings, pumping, sprayings, and so on and so forth, they go down. All right, so I think it is right after that, if I'm not mistaken. The plane goes down. That is in Orlando. So let me see when that is. Let's see. So I said that was I said it's pointing a finger at Boeing in Orlando. So that was March the 14th. Let's put it on pause for a moment. Wednesday, no, so it's not Wednesday. It happened when? The 26th of March. Okay. So let me go in and see when this is, and I'll read it to you. We'll take a peek. Prince Harry and Barack Obama discuss Manchester attack. This was when Obama goes to Europe as Manchester's going off, and he undercuts Trump with Markle, and then he undercuts Trump going to England. It was awful. But the Manchester bombing went off, and he's dragging his feet, really saying that he's going to marry Meghan Markle. He causes the bombing to occur, and then he causes the fire Trump to occur on the 14th of June. And it starts in an Ethiopian expatriate's room who's been there for 25 years, and he does not look like a happy camper, and he's just grinning from ear to ear. I mean, this is very sick, just very, very sick. It's very sick. It's very sick. This is very sick. And she was here, yeah. Hmm. Hmm. the day I first went out to protest Trump. Let's make sure you go in and see it. All these people have been sent to stalk me. This has been going on for 7 years. I mean, I've gotten, no, the stalkers actually started in 2014. But Meghan Markle, Who's Your Daddy, Where's Your Daddy, with Miles Markle, holy smokes. I mean, they sent a man in to stalk me for 6 weeks. I had a woman almost living with my family for 2 years. I can't say anything. People think I'm crazy. This is not crazy. You're going to see he's real. All right? This is real, folks. You can go in and see it. It's absolutely real. And they, yeah, this is real what they do. I just want to point out, this is the old Russian coat of arms. I mean, they have, and the new one, it just has this and Prince and St. George in it. Now I have to get going here. I'm just trying to see if I have the Fire of Lindgren. Oh, is that the new one? Yeah, that's the new one. 1993, November the 30th. November the 30th is Winston Churchill's birthday. Here's Charles, the Red Dragon. And by the way, I get to get control over that. It's Queen Elizabeth I. Look at that. You don't put a beast over you. Okay. And now I have to go. Let's see if I can find the Fire of Lindgren, because I thought I had it here. Maybe not. I know it's handy, but maybe not quite handy enough. Okay, well, oh yes, here it is. Right. Right. All on June the 14th. Okay, everyone. Of course, her tummy isn't right, but we have all those things online already. Thank you.